Okay, you have to listen to instructions and you are going to stand up and find your name. I found it. What we did this morning was pretty much everything about number sense, addition using 10 frames and the dice. The objectives of this activity was for the kids to be able to connect numerals with their quantities, and also they were able to use number concepts and operations, in this case addition specifically, and also the ability of sabotage, for them to recognize the numbers without using their fingers or taking too long to count. And also they were exploring the concepts using 2 dice at the same time and the 10 frames and how they will merge together and work. Intention, or the structure behind this activity we did in the morning, was for them to have fun. So I tried not to, of course, learning based playing. That means if they have fun, it will be easier for them to remember the concepts in a fun way. So I started with an opening. All the kids, they have materials in front of them. They were displayed already. We began with a whole group activity on the carpet. I divided the group because we have a 2H group in our classroom. We have the PK3 kids who are 3 years old, and also we have the PK4 who are 4 years old. But this was main focus on the ones who are moving up to kindergarten next year. Here with this opening, instead of me as a teacher modeling every step they had to make, it was more of provoking their curiosity. Okay, so one of the questions was, what do you think that you can do with all those materials that you have in front of you? And they were answering different things. Some of them mentioned addition, some of them used the words 10 frames, dice. They were trying to say leads in a Spanglish way, but they were able to use words to describe the objects. When we started the mini lesson, I got them through the inquiry-based discovery. So I encouraged them to figure out how to represent numbers greater than 10. That was my purpose. And then they figure out how to do it by, well, 1 dice is not enough. So how do we do it? And they realized they needed another dice. The activities were first, we started, one by one. And then the second part, after a brain break, we did it in groups. And then the closing was like, going back to the group activity and tried for them to go over and show me what they did. So we were able to check and reflect and see if the number sentence, if they were able to read the number sentence in the right way after using all the materials and how the lesson developed. So the objective at the end was for them to say, okay, 2 plus 2 equals, and show me the number in different ways. They show me the same number using the dice, using manipulatives, using other objects. They came up with all of that by themselves because it was not me modeling. They were discovering through that process. And also smooth transitions. I mean, they're very little. I feel this is heavy material for pre-Ks, 4 years old. So when they were getting a little bit like, Miss Marce, what time are we having a snack? Then I was like, okay, brain break. And one brain break was body movement. So they were jumping, and the other one was a little video which gave them the term addition, because the end of the activity, it was going to be connected to that. If I do it myself and it's me doing addition, it was going to be too long. So those ways of breaking down. Provocation is an activity with no rules, but with an objective. Intention, where the kids see the materials and they're like, okay, what can I do with this? What is this for? They will ask us, so what can I do here? I don't know, you let me know. And then usually provocations end up in beautiful long-term projects. This is pretty much how we initiate PBL, project-based learning. And we usually initiate with provocations because they will lead us and it will show us the interests of each student, also their strength, because pretty much all these projects are teamwork and collaboration. So we need pretty much everybody to have a strength. Engagement for me is, one of the most important. So because of the age group, will be hands-on activities. My students I know they will learn and they will remember if it's a playful approach. For me, deeper understanding, letting them to explore in a way that if they see, they understand, they touch, they will figure out solutions in an independent way.